We were happy when we also went to level 3 and McDonald's said they were not opening, they will open towards mid-month. Wimpy said they will open towards mid-month. We said improve, increase our market presence. And that worked good for us because now, as we said, Bloemfontein is demanding us. We are currently negotiating rental spaces in Bloemfontein. The 11 people that we've trained, that we've hired, we are saying to them, we need to train you to now go be our branch managers. We need to teach you management skills. We need to teach you, you need to know beyond just preparing food now. We need to teach you how to run the business. We were also lucky that I had just done an SME program through UJ, and I've approached the leadership at UJ to say, we want to do a franchise model that can support development in South Africa. And they put, I mean, the Professor Danke, the head of small businesses, is communicating with me, and they're putting the big brains behind the concept, because we want our franchise costs to be low, and we want to get government to involve and subsidize some of the opening of the specific branches. So in a nutshell, it first starts with you to say, yes, accept that we are in this situation. We are in this situation. You have to eat, you have to survive in one way. Your product that you have, can you mold it to swim with the sharks? And that's what we are doing. So by December, we actually want to be in 5 of the 5 provinces of the 9 provinces. We want to be in 5 of the 9 provinces in South Africa. And hopefully maybe we might open. I mean, the one day we joke about this, but a guy sent me a text from Lusaka and said, my brother, you know I've got dips on Bright Guru Zambia, right? And you dare speak to anybody else, Mzoktagat. Like literally, you promised to take me to witch doctors. We've got people in Kenya that are saying, Chief, when you're ready, we are here. And remember, Kenya never went into the lockdown. And they say, if you're suffering, come here. Let's open Bright Guru here. So I guess it starts with your mindset and go out there and do this thing.
You know, Mr. Masemola, I would have interjected and while you were talking, but I allowed you to really continue because every part of your story is very critical for us to hear, and is inspiring to business people, especially a business community like Midrand Local Economic Empowerment. And by the way, if somebody just joined, or maybe you have joined from the beginning and you do not know whom we are talking to Mr. Tau Masemola of the Bright Guru. He is a proud member of the Midrand Local Economic Empowerment. And that is why he is so much at home, even during this e-dialogue. Now, I want to highlight on some few interesting things that you did mention, and I was taking note of them. And one thing I can say is that I see that there is a vision. You are not going without direction. And I see that somebody even posted, like, for example, in one part you've already answered, and the person said, so that the question here, that I know that some questions the Deputy DG will take us through at a later stage, but I see this question here. Somebody says, what is Bright Guru's growth strategy? Where is Bright Guru going? And you just answered that part now. And the fact that as we sit now here is it, as we sit now in the midst of this pandemic, when everybody out there, or most of the people out there, are crying and they are saying, you know, this lockdown, this what is happening and so forth, and you are coming here to testify or to attest to the word of the president that actually many other businesses are thriving. Now, you said that you employed 11 people in the midst of the pandemic, and now you even have a plan for these people. You want to take them through some basic managerial courses take them through that so that they can go, those that see potential in management, you train them so that they can expand and grow with the business. Because you said by December, we want to see, you said we want to see Braai Guru going into 5 provinces in South Africa. Now here is it. I want to say that it's something very, very important that we discuss here, because somebody else may be saying, maybe I want to close down, or I can't grow beyond where I am because of COVID and so forth. No, don't limit yourself, because you can't grow beyond your vision. And you can see what will stretch the Braai Guru to go into the 5 provinces, I believe, is because of the vision that they have set. And I'm so happy that we are having this conversation with you, Mr. Masemola. Now, you also touched something very important on strategic positioning of oneself, especially a business. And maybe before we go, I really want to ask people to mute their phone, their mics. Sis Matrohonolo, I see that you are right on our screen now. Please, everybody should try to mute their mics, because you keep disrupting, and we are not able to go forward because we are disrupted. So please, let's just do that, because we have little time that is left. I want to talk about strategic positioning. Yeah, he says something important, which actually goes with what Rulani, our guest panelist last week, Rulani of Level X, mentioned, that it's so important that we belong to a bigger body, to hear ideas, to learn from those that have been there before us. And Mr. Masemola just said that, and he says it's important that you belong to an association. An association is a bigger body. It's a bigger body. You are not there for competition. You are there to learn from others who've been there before you. And you see, that is why the story of Mr. Masemola and the Braai Guru, it's such a success. And I also want to say that, Mr. Masemola, you touched also quite a number of things when you're talking, and you spoke of marketing and so on, and I'll come back to that. But one thing I'm learning also here is that you like saying we when you bring in a conversation, especially as you are talking about the Braai Guru. And right there, I can pick that you believe so much, which is actually a positive thing that is adding to your story. You believe in teamwork. You believe that Braai Guru, like you said in the beginning, it's bigger than one person. And that is why you said, yeah, you don't prefer that, maybe people associate your face and the Braai Guru, because a Braai Guru is so big. It's bigger than just Mr. Tao Masemola. It's a big thing. And that's why, as you were talking, you kept referring to yourself and the team. You said, we sat down and we did this, we sat down. And you also mentioned something which is very important now. You mentioned something that I will still go back to that. And I really want us to talk about that, because I believe that it will help someone. You mentioned the importance of you mentioned you brought in the marketing team. And I know in business, we say that marketing is the bloodline of the business. And you said we brought in the marketing team, and we bring in ideas now and how to reach out to our people out there. And I say this because our traditional ways of marketing will have to change now. Will have to change now. Now that's why you mentioned that you said we need to contact, for example, Uber Eats, because these are guys that takes our product into the homes, and they've already established themselves. Yes, we will still assist them, or we'll still assist ourselves with your own deliveries and so forth. But the moment you bring in your Uber Eats and so forth, I take it that you have noticed that you had met a place where, if we do not cross over this hindrance, is the end of our business. Now, if the lockdown regulation says no going out, no going to Braai Guru and buy from them, Brian Guru said, don't worry. If they say stay at home, we're going to bring the food to you. We're not going to close shops. We're not going to close. We are not closing. We are rather saying that at the comfort of your home, we are coming there. And you said that you were so overwhelmed by, even during the, you said Father's Day and the numbers, and that tells you that the strategy is working. Strategy. But what brought about, I know you said that in passing, but I want you to go back to it to say, but what really challenged you to think beyond your boundary? Because you are also supposed to shut down, and they say no one is supposed to come to your sitting place and so forth. And if you say you make money when there are crowds, and when there are crowds, then it means that if I'm having a function, I will invite you, and you come in and you make bribe for me. Now COVID-19 comes and say, I'm not allowed to invite you and many of my friends to come, but you decided that instead of me waiting for 1,000 orders in a week, I will spread the 1,000 orders and even more by going into people's homes, which I believe that is another strategy that many people can learn by your experience, to say, instead of you waiting for the gathering, you said, you are gathered but at different homes. We are ready to reach out to you. Tell me what motivated that thought pattern. Where did it come from? Why didn't you just close your business? Because that's the easiest thing to do. Please talk to me.